Okay. All right. Hang on just a second here. I want to show you this real quick. This is part of a large bunch of cards that I had graded. I thought this thing was a 10. Absolutely beautiful. Donruss Elite, Ichiro, and it's an 8. It's an 8. This bunch of cards that I sent out to get graded, which I don't really normally grade, but I did 32 cards. Not one of them was a 10. I'm not that bad at determining what's a 10 and what's not. But I do think people at SGC have an issue with it. Anyway, that's not why we're here. I just wanted to show you that really cool card. And talk about something that we did at the very beginning of the year. Talk about it right after this.
Hey, baseball fan. Time for a little self-care and a few minutes of cardboard meditation. Welcome to the show that features some of baseball's oddest stories and the cardboard slabs that document them. Find peace and joy through baseball cards with your host, the big guy.
Okay, at the beginning of the year, everybody was talking about resolutions, and they were putting together baseball card resolutions and what they're going to do. And I decided to do this. I wanted to do a year-long baseball card safari, a hobby hunt. And I put together a list of 10 things I kind of wanted to accomplish this year. And some of them are just kind of weird off, not so much, goal cards and that sort of thing. They're just like just something I wanted to do. And I'll go over that in just a second. But what I want to do is I want to touch on that because I don't want to go into December, at the end of December. I got a lot of other things planned, and I just wanted to make sure touch base on the hobby hunt now instead of waiting till then, because I'm not going to be purchasing a whole lot between now and the end of the year because, it's Christmas and things are happening, so there you go. Anyway, I wanted to go over that real quick. So here's what I came up with in January of this year that I wanted to accomplish. Let's go through them kind of quickly. All right, right there, the 1961 Topps Hank Aaron card, the Willie Horton 69 Topps Super, the 54 Bowman Yogi Berra, the Miguel Cabrera cards being graded. I wanted to get an autograph of Willie Stargell, something really nice. I wanted to get that Norm Cash card graded. I wanted to get a 54 Bowman Bob Feller. That 2003 Topps Gallery set, I wanted that. Some 54 Topps stars that I needed to help complete my set, and just some random 1970 cards that are autographed to add to my autograph collection. That's what I wanted. So you saw them right there. All right, I wanted to go over them real quick so I can see where I'm at, because truthfully, until I just looked at this, I realized I missed my opportunity for a couple of things. So let's start right at the beginning. 1961 Topps Hank Aaron. I did not buy one of those this year. I was in the running for a couple of auctions. I'm trying to buy it raw. I don't want to buy it graded. It's just too expensive that way. That's an expensive card now. Much more expensive than it was when I put it down on my wants list. But sorry, that one, not so good. Didn't make it. Second one, I called an audible. I called an audible at the line. I wanted to get a 1969 Topps Super Willie Horton. I saw a few of them, but they were priced way too high, and one of them was not. It had square edges. It wasn't the card as it was offered to the public with the rounded edges. And that was all I found for the year. But I did find the other card that if this wasn't it, I wanted to get this one. And this one I love. 1969 Topps Super Bill Freehan. Look at this guy. So I'm counting that. This is a fine. This is a fine for my hobby hunt. Like I said, I called an audible. Changed it up. There's a success for me. All right. I'm 1-1. The next thing up there was 1954 Bowman Yogi Berra. I did not get that card. I went to 2 shows. I was on the cusp of buying one that I thought was overpriced, and it was not in very good shape. And I thought, well, I'm not going to settle with that just because that's the only one I found at the show. So, no, didn't get it. It was kind of outbid online, and then something else took over its place. So, nope, I did not get that one. Sorry. So now I'm 1 What am I? Am I 2-1? That's what I am. Two losses, 1 win. Okay, the next one is another audible. I wanted to get several of my Miguel Cabrera cards graded, and I want to put them in the SGC tuxedo. I'm sorry, I'm losing my mind here. And what happened was, like I showed you with that Ichiro card, I determined that perhaps SGC is not what I need to do. I'm not satisfied with them. So what I did is I picked up a whole bunch of the slab mags, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to put them together in that. But what I did do is, instead of putting them in there right now, is I just expanded my collection. I'm going to go over just some of these really cool cards of Miguel Cabrera. Yeah, I went from like, I don't know, 5 or 6, like probably a dozen. I think I just showed you that. Here's a really cool acetate card that, yeah, it's an acetate card. You know, I'm all over that. I like the blue one. Got a nice orange one here too. Here's a gilded card. I love that one. Here's a pink one. Kind of a yellowish colored one. Here's a really nice one. They're almost all numbered. This one is too. This one's kind of a really cool one. Here's an Elite. And I guess we'll go with these last two. These are kind of the more generic cards that are base cards, but I expanded my collection of Cabrera cards instead of getting them slabbed. I don't know if I'm going to be using SGC again. I know I'm not going to use PSA, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'd really like those tuxedo slabs, but we'll see. So 2 for 2. I'm 2-2. All right. The next thing was the autograph for Willie Stargell. That was something I didn't purchase. I kind of forgot about it as I got deeper into the year with other things that were going on and other things I was purchasing. But I might put that on my hobby hunt for next year. I've been picking up some autographs on and off. It's not my thing, but there are certain guys I want represented in my collection with an autograph, and he was one of them. So maybe next year. Okay, the next thing on my hobby hunt list was getting this card graded. I did get that done. My 1963 Norm Cash card in a tuxedo. Look at that. And that's why I like SGC. They just shine. They just pop in this black outline. And I don't really care too much about the nonsense up there, but because I didn't expect this to be anything more. I really like a 5 or a 6, and it's like a 6.5, so I'm happy with that. But not like the like that Ichiro card. That needed to be something more than an 8. And it's not that I'm stomping my feet and holding my breath. It's just that I don't think that was graded fairly. And that was part of the batch that this went in with. I've just determined that I can do a better job myself, putting them in the mag slabs and creating my own display. So that makes me, let's see, 1, 2. No, I'm 4-3. 4 losses and 3 wins. I can come back from this. Okay, the other one was the 54 Bowman Bob Feller. I did buy that. I did get that. It's in my set, which is buried in here. So I have to just tell you, you have to take my word for it. I did buy that card. It's a beautiful card. It was one of those cards that the photograph online looked really dark, and I went, why is this so dark? It's like he was, because he's standing in the dugout. I just thought it was just an odd kind of thing, and I hope I don't regret buying this. So I bought it, and it's not like that in real life. It was just like it was a real bad photograph of the card, and I thought, boy, it was an auction too, and you got to put your best foot forward on stuff like that, because you probably could have easily chased people away. So anyway, what have we got? I am 4-3. Yeah. Okay, the next thing was the 2003 Topps Gallery. I've become a huge fan of Topps Gallery. I did buy it, and I absolutely love it. I bindered it the moment I got it. Let me just turn that around. Struggling big time. I need a lifeguard here. See, that Aaron card is just amazing. The Willie Mays card is amazing. Look at those. The entire set is like that. Just absolutely beautiful. There's Ernie Harwell. Look at that Johnny Bench. Look at that Johnny Bench. Good night, Irene. A couple of Negro Leaguers in there, too. I wanted this set really bad. I made an offer on it. The guy accepted it. So I got it at a good price, too. So that was really wonderful. And here's the other thing is, I didn't plan for this to happen, but in my search for the 2003, I came across some people that had other gallery sets for sale. So I bought the 2000, the 2001, and the 2002. I like these small sets that show new players and old players and artist renditions. I just love them, and I am so happy that I picked up the 2003 set. That was really nice. The next thing was the star cards for 1964. I apologize for this. I did pick them up. I'm looking at my other screen here, and it's got my hobby hunt up there. So if you see me pointing away, yeah, I got all 5 of those, and I picked every single one of them up at a show, and not all together, just separate shows. I've got them right here in my box. Isn't that a weird box? This is how I kept my cards going all the way back to the 70s. This box was from the Card Collectors Company. This is how they stored baseball cards back in the 60s and 70s. Well, one of the ways. They didn't have these big, long 800 count boxes or anything like that. So I kept these boxes because I just thought they were cool. But I've got all 5 of those stars in there. The 64 Stargell, the 64 Bob Gibson, the 64 Juan Marichal, Roger Maris, and Sandy Koufax. So I got them all, and that's a win for me. And the last thing was, like I said at the beginning of this, was just odd things that I wanted to accomplish this year. My favorite set is the 1970 Topps set. I do like. There's a reason why I like that set, and someday I might make a video about it. But I wanted to find some really decent autographs. That doesn't mean star cards. Just the cards that I like that are autographed. And here's a handful. George Stone. Del Unser. Look, I just love that standing at the bat rack. There's a whole bunch of standing at the bat rack cards in 1970, so I'll take your pick, but I like that one. Here is Max Alvis. I love that picture. A lot of people do not like these things because they're posed or whatever. Come on, man. These are classic. Not everything should be in action, because everything's in action. They just all tend to blend in for me. John Edwards. Tim Tchimsky. Daryl Patterson. Nice Tiger card. Tommy Sisk. That's a nice signature, isn't it? That is. And here's Frank Quillisi. Now, he later went on to manage the Twins, and he went to college right here in Michigan, over at Western Michigan University in Kalamazoo. And that's it for my hobby hunt. I think I did pretty good. Let me just recount them, okay? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 out of 10. I did 7 out of 10. That's better than I thought now that when I looked at this. Yeah. Well, I'll be doing it again in January. And one of the things I might put on my list is I want a turkey red, a big turkey red of a Detroit Tiger. I've seen a couple of them, and I would love to own one of those. I don't own one, and I don't even care if it's in trashed out shape. I just want that big card, that placard, that big thick cardboard with pinholes in it or something. That's going to be on my list for the next hobby hunt of 2026. Hey, thanks for letting me catch up with you on this. It's kind of an oddball sort of video, but I enjoy doing it. I like checking off my list and seeing how I did. And I didn't do too bad. 7 out of 10. I think I'm good with that. All right. Hey, like, subscribe, comment, please, if you would, and talk soon.
Cardboard meditation helps set your mind right. Thank you for watching. Show us your appreciation by clicking the like and subscribe button. Ring the bell while you're at it so you'll know when we upload a new story.